Samuel is joining us from Elara Capital. Biju, of course, is the technical and quant strategist at Elara. Biju, good morning. Good to have you back on the channel. Prashant this side. Your sort of latest note talks about thrusts higher for global markets. I mean, you talk about the S&P, you talk about the Nifty 200 index, you talk about the Nifty in dollar terms. Just provide us with the broader sort of view here. We are at all-time highs. The market has done phenomenally well last week post the election outcome. Is this going to continue in an uninterrupted way on the way up from here? Go on.
Yeah, hi. For our framework, one of the key catalysts is, are we getting signs of, the bull market conditions, some catalysts on the global side. And that we started getting from on the 1st of December, actually, for a new leg. S&P, around 58% of the stocks in S&P, they've created a breakout on 1st of December. That's a starting point for a complete new bull view on the entire big picture. We were a bit cautious since July. We were looking for a shakeout. It did happen very briefly, but it didn't happen the way we were trying to read, actually. But 1st December, it happened for S&P. And before that, somewhere around middle of November, the global big picture started changing, starting with Europe and I think the entire Fed pivot situation. So India on 4th of December, last Monday with the election results, India has also joined that thrust. This is what we call a breakout thrust, when there is a large concentration of stocks breaking out. So we got around 59% of the Nifty 200 stocks breaking out on Monday. So this is actually the 8th such incident in the last 10 years or so. Out of that, only in 2019 it failed to give a big move.
Okay. All right. Hi, Biju. Good morning. Nigel on this side. Biju, I wanted to ask you about the PSU banking names. That's hit the highest level I think we've seen in the last 10, 13 years or so. And it's been the big outperformer for this year, the last 2 years as well. The question is, can it continue to outperform for the next 1 to 2 years? Do you think that's the sector that still has plenty of juice still left?
Yeah, actually, as you know, as is obvious, the public sector enterprises are seeing a huge acceleration. The thing about is we've seen a lost decade of almost 14 years, I would say a 14-year one was in that entire segment. So within that, the PSU banks are a bit, a late entrant, I would say. And it has just started taking out the 2013 year back, the all-time high. It's just created a new all-time high. So I am finding this pocket of PSUs to be one of the juiciest at this point, actually. You see the 10-year bear market from where, the things have evolved into a new bull market. And this is another stone reasserting that long-term bull market, which could be looking at the next 2 to 3 years.
All right, that's very interesting, actually. So you're saying that there is more juice in the PSU banking space and you could see an up move here. But within this space, do you stick to the larger guys like an SBI, a Bank of Baroda, or do you look outside the index as well? Because that has been a bit of a tricky area, right? It hasn't given great returns in the past.
Yeah, earlier, we had a situation in the market recently when the large were not joining or large caps were not actually participating aggressively on the bull run which was on. That picture is what is changing here. So first of all, my sense is that the PSU banks over the long run will outperform the private banks because we've just come out of a decadal bear market. So one thing, I think SBI, that was disappointing, and the second run, third run were actually outperforming in PSU banks. Now SBI also looks better poised. One thing about the large cap side, for example, SBI within PSU banks, SBI had seen 10 years of not going anywhere from 2010 till 2020. There's a decadal sideways movement from where it has come out. And the last time SBI had seen such a decadal, sideways action was 1993 to 2003, which became, the ground for a massive bull run from there. But that was 03 to 08, that extraordinary bull run. But we have the second largest big base situation in SBI, that from where it has come out 2 years back. So there is a structure there.
No, I got that. For SBI, I got it. My question was more that do you just stick to SBI or do you look outside as well? And if not SBI, where else do you see maximum potential in 2024?
Yeah, see, now that the macros are far more favorable, so the PSU banks, I think, are better. The background is getting much better. So obviously, some of the big downs will have a huge outperformance. The most beaten down, for example, was PNB. So you can have a massive room because now the entire macro is favorable. All the stars are better aligned here.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thanks a lot for joining in and appreciate your thoughts here.